We are here. This is live. I think. I hope. Hello. Oh. Oh wait. Hey, we are here. This Hang is on. Live. Sorry. I think. Sorry. I hope. Okay. There. There we go. There we go. No, that's fixed. That's fixed. Sorry about that. Here, I should also mention on Discord that I am live now. I'm streaming about how I make the latest skit, and then I put in the URL, and I made a post. Yeah, I did a thing. Okay, perfect. Hello, Dark Fox. Hello, Starshine. Hello, Miko Latte. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about how I made the new skit. And first off, as you guys can see, this is the latest pending model. This is the pending answering machine model. I hope you guys like it. It is made by Suiren. It's a live 2D instead of the other ones that are 3D. And yeah, I have this one because I saw Suiren make a Chiba-fied version of her old model. Let's call it her old model because I don't want to say anything that might get Suiren in trouble. So let's just say in a past life, Suiren made a miniature version of a character, and I loved it. And I asked her, "Can I commission you to do one for Penny?" And she said yes, and she made this. So I am happy with it. So this is the answering machine, though. I don't sound exactly like the answering machine. Obviously, I sound pretty much the same, but the difference is that the answering machine is actually my voice up pitched a bit. Maple, it's only 3 p.m. I should be asleep. Yeah, and also hello Ezekiel, and hello Michael, and of course hello Maple. So yeah. So actually, Maple helped me with the answering machine because I wanted to up pitch it, and I wasn't really sure how to do that in a way that didn't sound like super robotic. So Maple up pitched my voice, not like a ton, but a little bit, just to make the answering machine sound a little bit different than I normally do because it's so cheapified. So I thought it should have like a squeakier, higher pitched voice. Yeah. Hey Rimu, pending is missing right now. Okay, so let's start with that. Actually, let's start with the premise of this skit. So the premise of the skit is that Subtitles is looking for pending because pending is missing. And the truth of the matter is, as far as where is pending, I didn't really have a specific idea in mind as to where pending would be during this. I just needed kind of an excuse for pending not to be here for the answering machine. But now that I've done this, I've been thinking, do I actually want to explore where is pending during this, or do I just want to assume that pending was just off goofing around somewhere and then he shows back up? I mean, I think it's safe to say that pending isn't in any kind of particular peril because he thought to leave an answering machine. He thought to create an answering machine before he left. So if he was abducted or something, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to make an answering machine first. Yeah. Well, Maple up pitched my voice. That was what Maple did to help out. Um, yeah, and also, so like at the beginning of this skit, there's a few things about the beginning of this skit. I don't know how loud that is for you. That's kind of loud for me.
Did I just call you?
So a few things. First off, you can see that subtitles is. I'm gonna mute these for a second. You can see that subtitles is walking, and this walk animation is actually the Vroid like walk animation. It's like a default animation that I didn't loop this. What I did was I filmed this in Vroid, and I just filmed like about 40 seconds of this or so on, up until the point where I have her stop, and her stop is also part of the animation. So I had like the dialogue playing in the background as I was filming this, so that I had like a rough idea of roughly how long I wanted her to be walking for. Thank you, Dark Fox. I love the answering machine too. I'm very, very happy with this model Sweetren made. What happened to the real Penny? Because remember when he cloned himself and subtitles told him that there was a planet that she made up? So actually, side note about that, we are gonna. So what you're referring to is there was a skit where Pending cloned himself, and then subtitles, not wanting to have to deal with two Pendings at once, convinced the original Pending that there is a place where there lies the ultimate cookie. And so Pending left clone Pending, which is the Pending that we've been following for the last few skits, and then the original Pending went off to find the ultimate cookie. I haven't forgot about the original Pending. Actually, the original Pending's adventures are something that we're going to tackle in future skits. Some of those skits are even like partially filmed now. So at some point in the not too distant future, you are going to see the start of the original Pending's journey to find the ultimate cookie. So that is an actual thing that's going to happen. I wonder if the real Pending will come back, or is this the real Pending now? If you're referring to the answering machine is not the real Pending. The answering machine is an answering machine. So you're going to see the answering machine more, but this isn't like a replacement for Pending. The original or rather the clone Pending, the one that we've been following for the last little while, is going to come back. In fact, the clone Pending is going to be in the next skit. The only thing I haven't decided yet is whether or not to go forward with the skit that I originally intended to come after this one, or if I want to add in like a little skit in between that kind of explores what exactly Pending's been doing while Subtitles was like hanging out with the answering machine. So yeah, I wanted to mention that this is a Vroid walking animation. This isn't MMD or anything. I mean, for all I know, Vroid made this in MMD, but I didn't make this in MMD. So it's a Vroid walking animation. Because nowadays I have a much bigger like void than I used to. The void used to be like just what you saw, but now if we zoom out and we move it, you can see that the void is actually like much bigger now, which allows me to have it be this way where you can scroll through it. So that's helpful. It's not big enough that I could comfortably have it scroll through, because if I just had it scroll through during the entire walk cycle, it would have been moving really slowly, the background, and that would have been jarring. Because Subtitles isn't actually moving, she's just walking in place, so the background's moving instead to give you the illusion that she's moving. Yeah, exactly. It's like a multiverse. I'm making a multiverse of Pendings. That is part of the goal. Like, I'm slowly introducing more and more Pendings and more characters because I want to have a multiverse. That's one of my big long-term goals for this. And like in the future, I want to start having a school arc and stuff, which introduces new characters and also like sets up like VTubers to be recurring characters. So hopefully that'll work out. It's a little bit It's something I'm nervous about because the school arc. I mean, because it's bigger than things that I've done before. Um, but the school arc is something that I want to try. That's why Pending has a school uniform. That's why I commissioned Argama to make Pending a school uniform, was because I knew at some point I wanted to start doing Pending goes to school skits. But yeah, so for this, the background is slowly moving to try and give the illusion of movement. And you can see here that there's 2 layers of backgrounds because the background's not big enough for this at the pace that I wanted the background to move. So what I did is I flipped the background over and then I aligned it and I timed it so that roughly, see, now the background has looped, and then over here it loops again until finally she's gonna stop moving. She's gonna stop moving, and then it's gonna scroll forward to show the table that answering machine is standing on. So this is a bit more of a I mean, this isn't like super complicated, but in the context of Pending skits, this is a bit more complicated than things I have attempted before. Thank you, Starshine. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to learn how to do new things with editing. Hello, Love Ducks. Yeah. So, like, this is the kind of thing that obviously subtitles can only do now because she has a body. Hello, Roku. So the other aspect of this, aside from like the just visuals of it, was like there's like obviously the audio component of it. One audio component of it is the walking. This I had to do myself. I had to figure out like the rough timing of when she steps, and because the stepping is consistent, once I got the pattern down, I could just copy and paste it. So it wasn't that tedious to do the footsteps, but that took a little bit of doing, getting those footsteps working. Yeah. And then the other component of this intro is that Subtitles is talking to voiceover. And this was something that I didn't initially have in there, but I added in there because I want to establish the idea that subtitles and voiceover are talking on a regular basis. So, like, I liked the idea that even though this skit has nothing really to do with voiceover, that I worked him into the setup of it to kind of help reinforce that idea that they're talking regularly. And I'm hang on a second. I lost chat for a minute there. Someone make jammies, Spider-Man jammies for Pending? Pending would love Spider-Man jammies. And Pending meets Cookie Monster. It would be the final battle. Yes, that would be the final battle. Yeah, Pending versus Cookie Monster. So, oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, yes. So yeah, that's basically the intro.
By any chance?
And then from there, the basic idea was there was going to be this slow scroll to establish that Subtitles had seen something. We don't know what that is. She interrupted herself.
To deal with.
She interrupted herself mid-sentence here. I cut off the music to kind of build it up a little bit. Hello, Lightning Ninja. How you doing? By the way, if you guys have any questions or anything while I'm like rambling on, feel free to ask, and I'll answer questions or whatnot. So yeah, and then I came across a bit of a problem that I didn't anticipate. Which was, first off, there was 2 problems. The first problem was I didn't know where to find a table. I just kind of assumed that I could either draw a table, which I quickly realized I can't, or that a table would be relatively easy to find, which it was and it wasn't. It took a little bit longer to find than I would have liked. And one of the problems with this table that I did find is it's not flat. Like this table has like part of it in the foreground of the background. Uh, so that's kind of less than ideal because penning or rather subtitles is like standing flat, but it's fine. Hello, Katsuru. Like perspective is something that I'm really bad at, and it's never been a factor before, but it's starting to become one now. So that's something I'm starting to think about. Like for example, the reason why you can see subtitles is now standing in kind of the background and penning is in the foreground is because if I simply took this perspective and I moved it up, subtitles would be standing at like a flat angle, staring directly at the answering machine. And the problem with that is less of her face would be in frame, which would make it a little less interesting to look at. Plus, I kind of wanted to. I kind of wanted to have less negative space, which is a term that I only recently learned. So I wanted like the answering machine to be in the center of the frame, even though the answering machine wasn't in the center of the previous frame. I wanted subtitles to be looking at like an angle instead of like flat, even though she was looking flat before. So the way I did this was to try and make it look like subtitles is in the background now, and the answering machine is in the foreground now. So I've kind of changed angles, or at least that's what I'm attempting in my very limited knowledge to convey here. And you can also see that the background's moved. Like you can see like this red over here in like the right here, and now there's no red here. That was also me trying to convey that the angles changed, and that therefore where we are looking relative to the background has also changed. Since I finally got Animal Crossing's New Horizons and have been grinding, how about you? I haven't really been. Oh well, I actually have played a game recently. I was gonna say I haven't really been playing any games recently, and I guess that's technically true. But actually, there has been a game that I've been playing that I played really recently, and that game is called Seven Boys 2. It's a visual novel that I've been playing with Killjoy. I started it last week because he was generous enough to gift it to me. Um, it is a glorious visual novel that me and him are playing together on Twitch. Although I will take like the highlights of that and I will turn it into a video for YouTube as well. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys the highlights of that. It is the game of the year. I mean, as I know you guys are all familiar with Seven Boys, the original, but if you've only played the original, treat yourself to the sequel because it's something special. And yeah, that'll be here too. Although the playthrough is going to continue on Twitch, and we've tentatively set a date for to continue it next week. So check that out. Oh, although before that, I might as well mention that me and a bunch of people are going to do oolifying lines tomorrow, uh, which is something I'm really bad at. Like the whole ooh, how are you kind of thing. I'm so bad at it. I have people with me that I have people joining me that are much better at it than me, and some people that are joining me that are like beginners at it like I am. But if you guys saw, like, it's actually on the YouTube channel. I posted the VOD of it on the YouTube channel as well. There's like this video of me and a bunch of people doing Yandere lines. This is basically the sequel to that. This Uwafine lines is basically the sequel to the previous one, which was Yandere Fine lines. And then at some point we're gonna do Tsundere lines. I'm gonna go through the gambit slowly but surely. Uh, hello, Iris. I probably said that wrong. How do you pronounce it? I I have no idea. I'm sorry. I still have no idea what to expect from that, actually. It'll be fun, Roku. It'll be a mess, but it'll be a fun mess, is what I'm anticipating. Can the answering machine's name be Little Pen Pen? Absolutely. We will call the answering machine Pen Pen in the future. I like that name. Henceforth, the answering machine will be referred to as Pen Pen. Hello, Henry. How are you doing? I actually really like Pen Pen. That's gonna be the answering machine's name. I didn't have a name for the answering machine. Actually, in the script for the answering machine, I labeled the answering machine as pending. Obviously, that's not its name, but I just didn't have a name for it, and pending's not in the skit, so it wasn't confusing to just call it pending for the purposes of the skit, seeing as it goes unnamed during the skit itself. But yes, in the future, it'll be Pen Pen. So we have Pen Pen, we have clone pending, we have original pending, we have ending, and then we have subtitles, and then we have voiceover, and Ant's Pen. Yeah, it could be Ant's Pen too. It can go by a few different names. And then in the future, we're gonna have Q, who or QE, who you guys haven't met yet. But I'm looking forward to QE. That might come up in the school arc. I haven't decided yet. I also still need to commission the model for Q as well. So that's also a roadblock to having Q. And I also need a voice actress for Q, which is the scariest part, actually. Because, like, get the idea of bringing on someone to voice a recurring role absolutely terrifies me. It's the scariest thing. It's the scariest thing for me. But like, there's no way that I can do the voice for Q, so I'm going to need to bite that bullet and try and find. Oh, that's right. There was a Pen Pen in Evangelion. The penguin was named Pen Pen. So yeah, I'm gonna need to search for a voice actress for that, because I can't hope to voice it, because she's basically Pending's counterpart, in the sense that, like, she is the companion character to voiceover in the same way that Pending is the companion character to subtitles. Like the one that's always hanging out with voiceover in voiceover's world is Q. So, but she's roughly the same age as Pending, and I can't hope to voice a girl that young. So yes, I need to like get someone who can like convincingly voice someone of that age. That is a girl. Yes. Hey Pending, I have a question for you. What if multiple versions of Pending's discovered few video diaries of the person who created Pending and discover who he truly is and what his purpose is? So I think what you're asking is, what if someone discovered what Pending's purpose is? And the answer to that is, that's going to come up. Subtitles is already... It was established in a previous skit that Subtitles already has at least an idea of the hidden reason for Pending, because Subtitles looked through Pending's coding and he found diary entries related to Pending's creation. So Subtitles hasn't confronted Pending with that information yet, and the reason why Subtitles hasn't done that is going to come up in a future skit. Thank you, Tromo. Thank you. Yeah. You want to be a voice actor someday, Dark Fox? I do too. I know that sounds kind of weird because I voice Pending, but I mean, I voice Pending because I'm the person who writes the skits, not because, like, I'm a good voice actor or something. I have the role because I created the role, and that's, like, the reason. But I'd love to, like, voice act other things someday too. I've been working on it. I've been doing vocal exercises and stuff. I want to work on expanding my vocal range and whatnot. So over time, I'll get better at it, or at least I hope I will. 4 or 4, not cookie. Yes, but someday cookie. I'm out of cookies. Well, I'm not out of cookies. That's a lie. I'm almost out of cookies, which is in some ways worse than being out of cookies, because then there's a few cookies left and you're tempted by them, but you're like, I shouldn't eat them because after this there's no more cookies, but they're there and I want them. So yes, I need more cookies is the moral of the story. I need to get more cookies. And no problem, Starshine. Yeah, I love ducks. It's small pending. So yeah, I want to be a voice actor someday. Or I don't know if I don't feel up to doing it as a job necessarily, but just as like a thing where I wanna voice act in other people's things. You only stop getting better when you malfunction? I guess so. Hello, EXE. You'd be a good Elmo? I'll take your word for it. Elmo's a hard voice to do. I couldn't possibly do an Elmo voice. I noticed that Pending keeps closing his eyes. By the way, if anyone's curious, I don't know if people are curious about like programs that you use for like VTubing, but if anyone's curious as to the program that I'm using to run Little Pending here, Little Pen Pen, this is a program called PRPR Live. You can find it on Steam, and it's free. I mean, there is a paid version of it, but there's also a free version of it. It used to be that if you wanted to do live 2D, which is what this is called, this model is called the live 2D model. It used to be if you wanted to do a live 2D model, that face rig was basically the only option, but PRPR exists now, and it is in some ways a lighter weight option. So it's pretty good. So yeah. You want to be a VTuber? Well, if you want to be a 2D VTuber, then PRPR Live is a free option for you. If you want to be a 3D VTuber, then Mitune or Luppet are both like potential options. And there's also Amelia's program that she's working on, which is called what's it called? VC Live, I believe. Which is in beta right now, and it is also free. Yeah, the little Pen Pen answering machine is kawaii. I love it. Is there a difference between the paid and the free version? I believe there is. I believe the difference is in the tracking of it, in the facial tracking of it. I don't know the details of it, but I think Asu would be the one to talk to about it, because I believe Asu has the paid version of PRPR Live, and I believe there was a reason why he switched to the paid version. So Asu would be like the one I believe to talk to about. I'm using the free version right now, but I believe Asu would have more information as to why you may want to look into the paid version. Thank you, Ox. Yeah, Oxide. I'm sure Doc Fox can do it. Definitely. Like, also, like, if you want a model done, there's a lot of people that can do models. Argama Witch is amongst them. Argama Witch did the subtitles model that you can see here, and also the clone pending model. And yeah, and there's also Katsumi who does models, and there's DD Mavis who does models, and there's Yoli who does models. I'm just listing off people I know that do 3D models right now, and there's a lot of other people who do them. So yeah, it's worth looking into if you want a 3D model. There's a bunch of different people that do them. They vary in styles and pricing and stuff, so it's worth it to kind of look to see who would be a good fit for you and your budget. But yeah, definitely worth looking into. Um, Akane says, also, hello, Akane. Akane says, it's pretty viable to be a VTuber these days if you got the skill set or at least the ambition. Yes, I believe so. I started as a 3D model, so I just skipped the 2D portion. Honestly, I think nowadays most people go straight to 3D rather than 2D. Because it used to be, the reason why it used to be a lot of people went with 2D first was because 2D was the cheaper option. Nowadays, that's not really the case anymore. Nowadays, actually, going 3D is the cheaper option, and the reason for that is because VRoid is a program that allows you to build these 3D models for free. I mean, if you commission someone else to do it, of course, they're going to charge you money for that because they're going to be charging you for the labor of doing it. But because VRoid is a free program, and because it's not a built from scratch program, it's a take a template and then you build off of that template. And there's a lot of customization options. So VRoid models can look really varied, especially nowadays that people have like really pushed the limits of what VRoid can do and continue to like push those limits, and they like integrate it with Unity and stuff. So like VRoid models can be very varied in what they can do. But now that like it's not just a matter of like if you want a 3D model, you have to go via someone that knows Blender or whatnot. Because of that, the cost of entry with on the 3D side has become a lot more affordable than what it used to be. I just heard a beep, but I don't know what the beep was because we're not on. Oh, Lucian has followed. Thank you, Lucian. I don't know if that was a follow on YouTube or on Twitch, but either way, thank you so much. And it also says that Maple resubbed. Thank you so much, Maple. Thank you. Yeah. Hang. Let me catch up with chat. Have I become the elusive seventh boy? Yes, I have become the seventh boy. I was really enjoying Seven Boys 2. I'm looking forward to playing more Seven Boys 2. And like I said earlier, if people don't know what that is, first off, we're going to be streaming more of that game, and second off, there's going to be a highlight pack of our playthrough of Seven Boys 2 that's going to be here later, be on the YouTube channel later, so you can watch it there. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to call that highlight pack yet. I'm tempted to just call it "What is this game?" Yes. There was another beep. I don't know what the beep was. Oh, Maple, thank you for gifting this to Exa. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And Dark Fox Sax, what's the name of it? I have a bad memory, but I don't remember what we were talking about at the time, so I don't know. I don't know what the name of it was, but if you could let me know what we were talking about at the time, then I will let you know. Also, hello, Killjoy. And Ezekiel said, you have to make it pending Mo, Maple, and Killjoy emojis. There are pending emojis on the Twitch channel. I know right now we're streaming on YouTube. If I ever get like the join button on YouTube, I'll add emojis there as well. Or rather, I'll add emojis here as well. I don't have monetization on YouTube yet because YouTube requires like 4,000 hours of watch time in a 12-month period for that. So that's a big hurdle to get to. But if I get there, then I will definitely see about adding a join button. And Extra, also thank you for the follow. Thank you. So yeah. Someday YouTube emojis, but already Twitch emojis. if you guys care to check out the Twitch. And I do stream on Twitch. I streamed the Seven Boys on Twitch earlier in the week, and on Monday I'm streaming Uwifying Things. The Monday stream, I'm going to make an announcement for that later, but it'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah. So I stream on Twitch too. I figured for these discussion videos, it was more appropriate for YouTube because, like, I'm talking about the skits. So I figure, like, if I'm going to discuss the making of a skit, it's better to have this on YouTube, and then, like, games and stuff I'll put on Twitch, or other things. Obviously, the Woo-Fine thing is on Twitch, even though it's not a game, but I kind of mix and match between what I stream on YouTube and what I stream on Twitch. Yeah. All we need is Mo, then the gang is all here. Mm-hmm. I could give myself a long neck. Actually, I could. I know. I roughly know how to do that. I roughly know how to edit the Penning Vroid model to give it a long neck. So I could give it a long neck. That is kind of within my power. I think I do. I'd have to actually check and see. That beep used to be Subtitles' old voice. You're correct. Yes. That beep was Subtitles' voice before she had a voice. So that's kind of a legacy beep now, because obviously Subtitles doesn't have the beep anymore. But if you go to, like, the old skits, she has the beep in the old skits. Congrats on becoming the 7th boy. Thank you. You hope you can become a VTuber some days. Starshine, I believe in you. I think anyone can become a VTuber if they want to be. I feel like it's worth a try, because the worst that happens is you decide that it's not for you, and then you move on to something else, right? I guess the worst that happens is you commission someone to make a model, and then you find that you don't want to be a VTuber, and then you're out some money. So, like, obviously, that's not ideal. But like in the grand scheme of things, trying to become a VTuber is relatively low stakes, because, like, you know, it's not a lifetime commitment. You can, if it's not working out for you, if you're not enjoying yourself, then you don't have to stick with it. I think the most important thing for VTubing is to enjoy it. Like, if you're not enjoying it, then you gotta ask yourself, well, is there a reason why I'm doing it? But as long as you are enjoying it, then you have a reason for doing it. And if you think you're going to enjoy it, then you have a reason for trying it. That's kind of the way I look at it. You lost 2K on this? I mean, I believe you. But no. Well, Maple. You know what? I feel like it was money well spent, because first off, I think that you do really good work. And secondly, I enjoy your streams. And thirdly, you made 1.mp4, which is the greatest video of our era. And had you not gotten into VTubing, we may have never gotten 1.mp4. Yeah. Pending coded the answering machine to be polite, or so he thought. It's a recurring theme in these things that everything Pending makes is, like, super mean or super rude or wants to take over the world. Like, Pending is trying his best. Pending is trying his best to make friendly AIs, and none of the AIs Pending has made so far have been friendly. There was actually there was a point where I wanted to make a hamster offshoot of Pending, where it was Pending, only it looked even younger and it had, like, hamster ears and stuff. And it was gonna be, and I was trying to see if I can find someone to voice it who had, like, a super sweet and innocent voice, and then like every now and then it would switch to a super demonic voice, where it would just talk about, like, murder and stuff, and Pending would be completely oblivious to to whenever it's spoken the demonic voice, but subtitles would be really off put by it. I never ended up doing that. But yeah, that was like a joke that I wanted to do at some point. And in some ways, the answering machine is slightly that. Like, the answering machine isn't quite like that level of like dual personalities, but the answering machine certainly has a sassy edge to it. The answering machine, I think, is more just like kind of very discontent with its purpose in life. Like, it was made with like this immense intelligence, and its purpose is to be an answering machine for someone that doesn't get phone calls. So it's not terribly content with its lot in life. But that's okay. That's okay, because you know what? It can still hang out in the void now and still sass us from time to time. And yeah, so now I got like another person. Obviously, the answering machine's not going to be in every skit, but in some of the skits, the answering machine is just going to hang out in the back, just kind of offering sass or whatnot. And yeah, that is the answering machine. Make pen voice. I don't know what you mean by pen voice. If you mean like the voice that the answering machine makes, I can't really do that on command because the answering machine is my voice slightly up pitched. So like I can only go so high. I can go like this. I think this is about as high as I can go. Just like with my voice naturally. And then the more I do it, the more it just kind of falls down to like the normal pending voice because it's hard to get my voice that high. I'm getting more beeps. Miko Latte, thank you, Miko Latte, for subbing, and thank you, Killjoy, for resubbing. Thank you guys so much. Even though this stream is on YouTube instead of Twitch, thank you guys so much for streaming, for like resubbing on YouTube. I really, or rather, resubbing on Twitch during my YouTube stream. I really appreciate the support. I really do, and I hope you guys enjoyed the emotes that I have on Twitch. I like my emotes personally. I have my favorites are the musical pending and the pending eating cookies. Which, if you guys happen to be, looking at Twitch, my Twitch channel at the same time you're watching this, I just posted them up there. But yeah, I hope you guys like them. Like I said before, if ever I get a join button on YouTube, then I will use that to put them on YouTube as well, because I think that would be nice. But yeah. Yes. So there's a chance that Pending gets turned into a pickle. Yeah, maybe someday Pending will get turned into a pickle. And then, what is that meme line? There's like a line, I can't repeat it because it's got swears in it, but it's like, there's this meme line about this guy talking about how hilarious the Pickle Rick episode is. It's like the funniest, like, and then he says a swear. Oh, thank you, Roku, for gifting a sub to Moe. And starting a hype train on my Twitch stream that's not happening right now as I stream on YouTube. There's an offline hype train. That's amazing. Thank you guys for that. Thank you so much. I think that might be a first. Like, it's pretty rare that I get a hype train at all. So thank you guys for doing one while I'm streaming on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. That high-pitched felt like Morty for a second. Oh, cool. I actually don't know what that sounds like because I haven't recorded myself doing that voice. So I'm not sure. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Killjoy, for gifting a bunch of subs to Hoshiko and Madame and DX Mikey and Death Metal and Evil K. And thank you Roku for for the bits, and thank you, Maple, for gifting us up to Wayward Son. If you guys are looking at the Twitch channel right now, we're on a level 3 hype train as I stream on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. That's amazing. Aw, thank you, Starshine. I really, really appreciate it. Hugs back. Hugs back. The offline hype train is hilarious. Yes, it is. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about the skit. I stopped talking about the skit. Well, I kind of was because I was still talking about the answering machine, and that's part of the skit. But yeah, like the answering machine has sass and stuff, and it's here. Was there anything else I actually wanted to talk about this skit? I'm trying to think, because like most of the hard stuff was at the beginning with the walking. Then it's like from there it's a lot of static shots. You can see I nested like pending with the chair together. Why did I do that actually? Oh, I know why I did that. It was just a semi laziness thing because like I wasn't entirely sure where I wanted pending to be at first, so I wanted to move pending in the chair like in sequence together. Like that's one of the reasons why you would nest things together is if you want something to happen to one thing and to multiple layers at the same time, then nest those layers together. Or I guess if you want to be clean, like if you want to only have a X number of layers, that would be another reason to nest things together, just to make things a little bit cleaner. Like you look at this, and it's one layer, even though technically it's like 5 layers. Because like there's a zoom in going here, and I want the zoom to affect everything at once. And there was more dings. There was more dings. Thank you, Killjoy. Thank you, Killjoy, for the bits. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who's doing the boops in the offline Twitch chat. Thank you. And thank you for liking cookies, and thank you for wishing that Pending can have 1,000,000 cookies. That is definitely something I want. There's never enough cookies. I buy cookies and then like I eat them and then I run out of cookies. And sometimes people send me cookies because I have a cookie wish list on Amazon. So occasionally I get people that send me like boxes of cookies, and I love that. And then I eat the cookies and then I'm out of cookies again. So I'm constantly so it's just constant intake of cookies. But I love cookies, so it's fine. Yeah. You're bringing the worlds of YouTube and Twitch together. Yeah, honestly, if I could stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, I would. But it's against the TOS of one of them to do that. I think it was Twitch. I think Twitch says that you're not allowed to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. In fact, Twitch has a 24-hour exclusivity thing. So anything you stream on Twitch has to stay exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours. So, like, for example, if I wanted to, like, take a Twitch VOD, and I put it on YouTube, I'm allowed to do that, but I have to wait 24 hours after the Twitch thing before I put it on YouTube, per the Twitch TOS, if I remember it correctly. As far as I know, YouTube doesn't have a similar policy, so technically YouTube is cool with the idea of simul streaming. It's Twitch that's not, if I understand everything correctly. Yeah, Twitch has the rights to your stream for 24 hours, at least if you're affiliate or partner. And I'm an affiliate. Thank you, Killjoy. Thank you, Killjoy, for the bits. Thank you so much. I like so yeah, I'm affiliate on Twitch. That's why I can have like subs and bits and stuff, because you gotta reach affiliate to do that. And then there's also partnered on Twitch, but being partnered on Twitch is like getting affiliate on Twitch is a much simpler hurdle than getting partnered on Twitch, because in order to get partnered on Twitch, you need to average 70 viewers per stream, which for those that stream, it's really, really hard to average 70 viewers per stream. Like, I don't think like there's maybe been like 1 or 2 streams that I've ever done that have reached that mark. Like, I know there was, of course, the charity stream that Melody did, where my average viewers for that stream specifically was really high because it was part of like this bigger stream. And then like every now and then like I'll get like a really big raid, and that'll like and then for that stream like I'll average more. But like just a typical stream, like, you know, building up that kind of audience is like a big accomplishment. So getting partnered on Twitch is a big accomplishment, is basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but maybe someday. We'll see. It's not like something I'm specifically aiming for, but if it ever happens, you know, that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What else? What else? We reached the level 2 hype train, and we got an emote for that on Twitch. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. What else? What else? Yeah, I'm sure you'll get there eventually. We'll see. Like I said, it's not like a specific goal of mine, but obviously, like if I got there at some point, it'd be nice. So, you know, I'll keep streaming, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and whatever happens, kind of thing. Like I'm hoping for the best, but like the most important thing is having fun. Is my basic philosophy. So yeah, as far as this skit goes, from there it was mostly like subtitles and penning kind of or rather subtitles and pen the answering machine kind of playing off each other. There were like some zoom effects, which is nothing new. One thing I knew I wanted from the start is I wanted Penning's the answering machine's entire body to be in frame. So the thing the idea I had is because it's a chibi anyways, it should be really small. And if it's going to be really small, like then rather than have it float in midair, it should be on like a table. So as to emphasize the height difference. As far as whether or not Pen has a line in here saying that Pen is 6 inches tall. If you wanted to, you could probably, even though there's a bit of a perspective thing going on here, you could probably take Pen and kind of measure it against subtitles to kind of extrapolate whether or not it was actually 6 inches tall. The honest answer is I didn't actually like try and get Pending to look exactly 6 inches tall. Like my bigger concern was making sure that Pending was big enough that he was occupying enough of the screen. So whether or not Pending is actually 6 inches tall in this, I have no earthly idea, but I felt like 6 inches was a believable size, so that's why I used that. In the video, I'm trying to lie to be a truth. Voiceover is in there. Kind of. So the same voice that voiceover uses is also in the lie skit. Whether or not that's the same person, I don't want to say. It's not. I'm not saying that it is the same person though. Keep in mind there's a limited number of voices available for text to speech. So just because someone has the same, just because two characters have the same voice via text to speech doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're the same character. Hey Harney, how you doing? Oh, I love the cat in the box emote. Yeah. Harney, I hope you're having a good day. We've been talking about we've been talking about the skit I did. We've been talking about Penny and the answer machine. Hey Harney, you're like Penny has a cell phone and you're a phone app on the cell phone. So technically the answering machine should also be a phone app on the cell phone, and yet it's its own separate entity. But maybe Harney the phone app and Harney the answering machine should talk at some point. I think that would be funny, actually. Penning's various phone-related things get together and have a conversation. That would be awesome. Yeah, Harney's a phone app. Let's see if I can do something real quick. I'm gonna try this because usually what happens is I close everything down because it's easier, but let's see if I can open up this and it'll work. Yeah, it did. Okay, so this is the, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Let me check. Yes, you guys can. So this is what would that look, what would we each ooh, sorry, I can't speak right now. Would we like each other, I wonder? I think actually I don't know. That would be interesting to find out. We'd have to write it and see kind of how the two characters play off each other. But this is the skit I did a while back with Harne, the phone app. This is the one where the premise of this skit was that Harne can't understand subtitles. This was back when subtitles was literally text, and here we'll play a bit of this.
Preparing to send Whistle to Finland.
Here, so you guys
doesn't understand me at all. Here, hey,
I love this song.
Launch a missile at Finland.
Preparing to send Whistle to Finland.
See?
Would you like to pay $15.50 for express delivery?
Cancel order.
Adding express delivery to your order.
See?
I feel bad laughing at my own jokes, but yeah. Also, I love Harne's like phone app voice. So yeah. So the idea was Harne, the phone app, can't understand subtitles. So Penny's like, what if you just learn to pronounce your words better? And Subtitles is like, I'm using text-to-speech. There's literally no way I can change my pronunciation. So yeah, Hoshiko, hello! How you doing, Hoshiko? Wait, why is Hoshiko's message deleted? Maple, was that you? Maple, did you delete Hoshiko's message? Did you? I feel like Maple probably just used his powers to delete Hoshiko's message. That is my best guess. Wait, maybe... You know, side note, Maple got like mod on Hoshiko's Discord server, and the first thing Maple did was he banned me from Hoshiko. Well, not banned. He kicked me from Hoshiko's Discord server. I'm back in there now, but Maple did that to me. And yeah, so yeah, that's a thing that happened. Or wait, was it Killjoy? Was it you? Killjoy, were you the one that did it, knowing that I blame Maple? Because that's happened before. There was like because sometimes I'll blame Maple and it's not really his fault. One time, Moe set me on fire when we were playing Left 4 Dead, and I just assumed that it was Maple that did it. And I said something like, "Why, Maple? Why did you do that?" And I'm like, "Now I'm on fire." And then I was making a highlight video of it. And while reviewing the footage for the highlight video, I noticed, wait, no, it was Moe that set me on fire. And Moe just stayed silent and let Maple take the blame. Yeah, it's true. I just assumed you set me on fire. But in reality, it was Moe. So I blamed, as it turned out, an innocent person in that instance. So yeah, but this was oops, that's a nest. Wait. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know that. I learned something new. I can like switch between the two projects here. I never realized this was doable. Let me check something real quick. Can I copy this and just add it into this video? I can! I had no idea this was a function. This is so cool. Guys, are you seeing this? You can like have multiple projects open at once in Adobe, and you can copy things from one project to another project. I never realized that before. Roku is the most innocent person here, except when he's in yandere mode. Roku does a really scary yandere voice. To be honest, setting things on fire is both a thing Moe and Maple would do. Yes. So yeah, this was the one with Harney. And one thing I really liked about this skit was I did a beam in of Harney, because like the idea is Harney's an app on Pending's phone, but like when Harney went to add a new user who was subtitles to the program, Harney like projects, the idea is Harney's projecting herself out of the phone, so she's existing as a hologram in this moment.
Welcome to the Harney app setup.
So I got so I had like Harney like slowly beam in, and which layer is this? That's Pending. What's this? That's Harney. Okay, so then for the Harney app, I made it slightly translucent. I changed the color balance on it to make Harney greener, to make her look more hologram-esque. And I also added a grid onto her to like, and the grid actually moves. I don't know if you can really tell that the grid's moving. Let's make Harney bigger for a second so you can see. There. Sorry, I know that doesn't look great because I blew up Harney a lot. But like if you look at it, you can see that the grid's actually moving. So I don't know if you can capture that effect particularly well when Harney's like your normal size. But when you zoom in, like you can see that I actually had a moving grid on there. And the idea is like the scroll down is like renewing the image kind of thing. That was like the basic idea of it. And I actually found an online tutorial about how to like make something look like a hologram. So that was like the style to do it. And also I got another beep. Killjoy, thank you for the 69 bits. That was very nice of you. Thank you. So yeah. Oops, that was the wrong button. I was really proud of that effect. It took me a little bit to learn it. It was one of the this skit I remember making when I had just kind of started Adobe Premiere. This wasn't my first skit with Adobe Premiere, but this was pretty early on. So that was one of the first things that I learned how to do with Adobe Premiere. And I was really proud of that. Yeah, Hulkane. Yeah, oh man, I want like a Hulk version of Harney now with like a Harney smash kind of thing. That would be amazing. Let me scroll up because I missed a whole lot of chat while I was like talking to myself. Yeah, Roku go. Oh yeah, Roku does go yandere. Hoshiko, you have to hear Roku's yandere voice. That's actually going to come up in the near future. Mild spoilers. You're going to hear yandere Roku real soon. So and Roku has an amazing yandere voice. So I hope you guys enjoy that when that happens. Pending, did you really think as an editor as powerful as Adobe wouldn't let you have multiple projects open at once? Honestly, I'm just so used to the idea that only one thing can be open at a time. It didn't occur to me that I could have multiple things open at once. I never imagined this state. I just assumed. Keep in mind, before I started using Adobe Premiere, I was using Lightworks, which is a good program in its own right, and it's free. So like, if like you're not ready to, like if you want like just to get started with editing or whatnot, Lightworks is a really, really good program. I made like literally about 100 Pending skits using Lightworks, so it does serve a good purpose. But Premiere is, like, needless to say, like a far more powerful program than Lightworks was, or rather is. So Adobe Premiere definitely the ideal. So you can add a video you made into one. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like I can actually like like make a video, part of a video on one like timeline and copy it onto another, which is a useful. Like I'm not sure that's a function that I'm going to use a lot of, but it's nice to know that it exists. That may come up at some point. Uh, it means that I don't have to render something if and then move it into a different project if I wanted something in multiple projects. So that's good to know. Um, and then we reached the Hawkaroon. Yeah, subtitles got updated to dub titles. Subtitles has been dub titles for a while now. Basically, subtitles started off being literal subtitles in the sense that like it was text on the screen, but people commented that it would be much easier if subtitles had a voice, so that you don't actually have to look at the screen all the time. Like people like the ability to play a video in the background and just listen to it. And when subtitles was literal subtitles, that was an impossibility because obviously you had to look at the screen to hear half the conversation. So I what happened was I actually asked Kami if she could help me learn how to do text to speech because I knew obviously Comdos does text to speech. And Kami pointed me in the direction of how to do text to speech. And actually, I wrote Kami into the skit where subtitles first learns how to get a voice. So canonically, it's actually Comdos that taught subtitles how to do text to speech. The Horror Avengers. At first, I read that as the hamburgers. I think that's just because I'm hungry. What would a baby pending look like? Honestly, a baby pending would probably look a lot like the chibi pending that you're seeing on screen. Uwu Monday? Yep, we're gonna do Uwus on Monday. Maple just growled at you? Oh, that's... Maybe Maple's just hungry. Maybe just give Maple some cookies and that'll make him better. That's Maple's natural form of communication, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, was the loading thing because I was loading? Am I lagging? Am I still live? Is everything okay? Everything seems to be okay. Let me check. What if you uwu in your yandere voice? Roku, I would absolutely love for nothing more than for you to do the uwuing in your yandere voice. I would be very grateful if you would maybe uwu in your yandere voice, Roku. That sounds amazing. That sounds awesome. It's not lagging? Okay, that's good. I am calm. I'm also just a little hyper. I'm always a little hyper. Pen is working again. Yeah, sometimes it freezes. Sometimes Pen freezes. Pen is hard to get working because Pen is also a little lazy. Calm thoughts? Okay, calm thoughts. Tranquil beach. Calm ocean. Going whoosh. Whoosh. I am the bird. Oh man, that's if people don't understand what the I am the bird thing is referencing, I'm referencing Star Trek right now. When Data first learns how to dream, Data's father like leans in and whispers into Data's ear, "Data, you are the bird." And then it cuts to Data. Literally, it has a bird flying around, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's actually a really moving scene. You are Speed Maple. Meditating on Mars. Actually, Yeah, no, you shouldn't meditate about Mars because then you start thinking racist things about Martian aliens, assuming that they're green. When you shouldn't assume that about Martians. Not all Martians are green. You should learn acceptance. I really enjoy doing that thing. I've been debating about whether or not I want to do more of the like uh after skit party time things that I did for a couple of skits. I've kind of replaced them with these streams, and I because like with these streams I can kind of like go into a bit more depth about how I made them and stuff, and I can interact with chat and whatnot, and that's a lot of fun. Um, so I'm kind of liking this more, but I'm debating about if I want to also do the after party thing on top of that. Yeah, this is where the real party is. Exactly, Mikolate. By the way, before I forget, at around five, so in less than an hour, in like 45 minutes, I'm going to be playing a game with Roku on his channel, which means we are going to be wrapping up in the not too distant future. Before I wrap up, do people have like questions about this skit or just in general? Um, like things you want to ask me before we start saying our goodbyes and whatnot, or I start saying my final thoughts. I think the Seppo streams are probably better since there's more interaction and it doesn't give the video a somewhat misleading title. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Especially seeing as my ramblings at the end of the video tended to be longer than the video itself. So like it was like a 13-minute video and only 5 minutes of that video were actual skit. So in some ways this is like more, this isn't misleading kind of thing. Roku, you have one vid. Well, Roku, we're gonna stream on Roku's Twitch channel, if that's what you're referring to, Ezekiel. Yeah. Yeah, yep, yep. If Penny were a cookie, what kind of cookie would he be? I feel like, okay. Well, obviously my favorite cookie. Oh, actually, I know what cookie Penny would be. Penny would be a Fudgio. So, for people that don't know what a Fudgio is, because apparently a Fudgio is a somewhat rare cookie, a Fudgio is like an Oreo, only instead of the cream center, there's a fudge center. So it's chocolate on top of it's chocolate on top of chocolate kind of thing. So it's like maximum chocolate, which is what I think Pending would be, like just super hyper. Roku says that he's moved away from YouTube at the moment, but he'll be relaunching it later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. But someday YouTube stuff for Roku. But in the meantime, Twitch stuff for Roku. Uh, so yeah. No wonder you don't like Pending. I like Pending. Maple, you like me, right? Right, Maple? Please confirm. Please confirm you like me. Please confirm. Please, Maple, 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 Maple. By the way, guys, just as a side note, there was this one time that I was in a VC, and it was for my D&D group. So like Dapperly was there, and Argama was there, and Melchiot was there, and Dapperly's audio, like Dapperly's headphone for whatever reason turned me off, and only me off, so she couldn't hear me anymore, but she could hear everyone else. And uh Dapperly was asking about it. It's like, is Penning talking right now? Because I can hear like his like light go on and off. And Argon was like, no, he's just moving stuff on his desk. And Dapperly's like, oh, okay. And then I started like going Dapperly, 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 like just trying to get her attention so that she'd notice. And like Argama and Melchiot were just being quiet about it, like not acknowledging me doing it at all. And Dapperly was just like going do 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 do. Like at one point, she literally went do 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 do. And like after I think like 3 or 4 minutes of that, she finally caught on to the fact that she couldn't hear me, and so she fixed it. But I think what finally did was Mel started laughing because Argama had just kind of Argama had just kind of tuned me out. So, but yeah, I could go. Well, what we learned is I can be very persistent when I want to be. Maple's just afraid of his own feelings. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, Maple loves me. Thank you. And thank you, Roku. I like you too. You can see that baby pending was abandoned and I'm a lie trying to be the truth is kind of connected. So the baby pending was abandoned in the rain is one of the very very early skits. Basically, that came about because Tia Sunshine was doing a Sims uh, let's let's play of The Sims on Twitch, and she was naming the characters after uh, VTubers and stuff, and so she named one of them Pending. Sorry, I heard something in the background. Apparently, Siri's talking to me now, but it's really muffled because like I put like some pillows over my tablet just to move them. Um, and so yeah, at first I was like, what is that muffled noise? And then I just realized Siri's trying to talk to me as she often does. So yeah, so Tia was playing The Sims, and and there was a baby pending, and it was baby pending's birthday, and pending's mother like took pending out of the house while it was raining and just put pending down on the lawn in the rain and walked back in the house. So baby Pending was abandoned in the rain on his birthday. And I asked Tia if it would be okay if I like took that footage and I used it in a skit. So and she said I could do that. So I used it in a skit. It's it's yeah. And I don't know. I thought that was a really funny moment. And that pending ended up growing up to be really kind and nice. Like the pending would clean up after the mother, which never cleaned. Um, T was doing a challenge, I think, to have 99 babies in a single sim session or something like that. Um, so yeah, but yeah, moral of the story was pending was abandoned in the rain. Because when subtitles said, "Did you bring that back to someone abandoning you?" and in the live vid, they kind of abandoned him. Yeah. So, so that's a separate thing. Like the baby pending being abandoned in the rain thing was a joke related to Taya's Let's Play. Uh, the idea of like the actual child who predates pending his story we've learned bits and pieces about that kid's story, um, but we don't have the full story yet, so I'm hesitant to say too much about it. But there's clues about that story in the visual novel one, which is called. I think that one's called "I Never Forgot About You." There's the "I'm a Lie Trying to Be a Truth," and there's "Don't Look for Me." I think those are the three skits where we learn the most about the kid that predates pending. So if you're interested in learning more about the origins of pending, those three skits are kind of the ones that go the most into it. There's other skits that give hints here and there, but those are the three skits that kind of touch on it the most. At least out of the skits that have been done so far. Obviously, there's going to be more skits that delve into more details about like the pending origin story as it is. Yeah, Melchiot's great. I like Melchiot. And hello, Yumi. Sorry, I keep going off on tangents, and then like I'm like have to catch up with chat again because like I like start talking to myself basically, and then like I miss like a bunch of things that were said in chat. So I'm scrolling up again to catch up on this all. Yeah, being abandoned as a child equal funny. Well, I mean, it depends if it's like in The Sims. If it's like in The Sims, but don't abandon children in real life. This is a pending PSA. Don't abandon your children. Pending PSA. Don't abandon your children. So yeah, it's the 100 baby challenge. I think it was. That sounds right. This is why pending always leaves a clone behind when he leaves so subtitles is never alone. Yeah, Pending kind of does have a tragic anime backstory because technically the Pending skits are anime. I mean, they're animated and with an anime character, so technically it's anime. And Pending has a tragic backstory, so technically Pending has a tragic anime backstory. Yeah, the pending PSA is the true successor to Sonic Says. I should do a PSA skit. I should do a skit where Pending gives PSAs. I'm gonna have to write that later. There's gonna be a Pending PSA skit in the future. Mark, remember that. There's gonna be a Pending PSA skit in the future. You prefer the manga, Killjoy? Man, I would love a Pending manga someday. Someday. There will be someday. I can't draw it though. So that's a roadblock to having a pending manga. You're adopting pending Dark Fox? Thank you for the adoption. Okay, I think I should probably wrap up because I want to eat something before the stream with Roku. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I should say before the stream ends? I don't think there was anything particularly that I haven't touched on. I feel like there was one visual effect in here that I haven't touched on yet. What was that visual effect? I think it was over here. Oh, there was another beep. Oh, Roku, Roku, why did you raid me? Roku, why did you raid me? Roku, why did you raid my Twitch while I'm offline on Twitch? Thank you for the raid, Roku. Thank you, Roku, for the raid, but I don't know why you raided me. That's true, I was in Argama's manga. As a joke, well, thank you so much for the raid. So so this is like the last thing. Yeah, offline channel to offline channel raid hype. So this was the last thing I did because I wanted to try and make. So this is the part where what does Pending say here? I'm just saying that if someone cut off your legs, you wouldn't be mocking me, now would you? Yeah. So Pending says a really, or rather, Pen the answering machine says a really creepy thing here. So I wanted to make Pen look really creepy. So basically, like I threw a lot of effects on here to try and accomplish that. One trick you can do to make kind of a glow is you can take like your layer and copy the layer. And to copy a layer, you hold down Alt and you just drag the layer, and that's a copy of it. So you copy the layer. So now you got the layers stacked on top of each other, and you change the blend mode of the layer. Like usually, what you'd want to change it to is screen because screen gives a glow effect, as you can see right there. But I changed it to exclusion because I wanted to give kind of a more a darker effect, a more negative effect. Like, and I say negative effect in the literal sense, like this is negative colors. And then also I messed with the coloring, as you can see here. Like if you see I turn it off, well, that doesn't change much because there's also the exclusion effect on right now. And then the other thing I did, if is it here? Where is it? A Gaussian blur. So if you want to make something glow, what you can do is you can create a second layer of it. So you have two layers stacked on top of each other. You can change the blend mode to a screen, and then you put on a Gaussian blur, and you add the blur. And the blur basically the blur in conjunction with the screen blend basically gives something a glow effect. And I use that a fair amount to basically make things look more innocent. So sometimes if I have a zoom in on Pending, I'll put a glow effect on him to make him look like more innocent, like he's got like this soft light on him. So yeah, that was like the only other effect that I really did for this skit. That was worth mentioning. And I heard another beep. Thank you, Maple, for hosting, and thank you, Killjoy, for rating my offline stream. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Killjoy, I did say your name just now. We interrupt this commentary to give Adobe Premiere tutorial. Well, I figure I may as well like throw in some because this is these streams are kind of like making of streams, so I want to throw in a little tidbits about Adobe here and there if people are interested in learning how these things are done. For the most part, when it comes to editing videos, you can actually learn a lot just by doing because when you're editing something, a lot of the times if you'll have like an idea in your head and you'll be like, I want this to happen, but I don't know how to do it. How do I do that? And then you'll either experiment with things or you'll like search for it on Google or whatnot, and you'll look up tutorials, or maybe you'll ask a friend or whatnot. And so through all these different things, you kind of learn things, and you add that to your like arsenal of things you know how to do, so you can do more and more things as time goes on. And yeah, that's so I believe firmly that. Oh, thank you, Maple, for rating me on Twitch. So I believe firmly that things like Adobe are things that you can learn through doing. But like tutorials certainly don't hurt. Tutorials are actually super helpful. So yeah. You need me to say your name, Killjoy? Hello, Killjoy, and also hello, Maple. And yeah, okay, I think that's everything. So thank you all very, very much. I really like doing these like making of the skit streams and like talking about Pending skit streams. So I hope to do more of these in the future, and I really, really appreciate you guys coming to them because people hanging out with me are what makes these fun to do. So I really, really appreciate it. So thank you guys all so much for being here, and I hope you have a good day. And if you're interested, I'm doing a stream with Roku on his Twitch channel in the not too distant future. His Twitch channel is Roku 250, not 250, Roku 750. Roku 750. Actually, let me give you the actual link instead of just putting that. Giving you guys the link for Roku. There you go. That's Roku's link. So yeah, this is kind of like a raid, only a half an hour later and on an entirely different site. Oh, hello, Kawaii-chan. I'm really glad that I could make you smile. I'm really, really happy when I can make anyone smile because, I'm sure. I have serious moments in the Pending skits too, and obviously there's like dramatic stuff, and I want to write dramatic stuff and whatnot too. But I want to try writing some romance and whatnot. So I want to try expanding what I can write and everything. But like the core of the pending story is comedy, and like if I can get people to laugh or smile or just be happy while they're watching it, then like that's a big accomplishment. That's a hard thing to do. Killjoy, I saw you just delete that. It says who deleted it on my thing. I wasn't looking before, but now I can see that you were the one that just deleted Hoshiko's message. All right. Well, thank you guys all so much for being here, and I will see you again soon. And have good days and good lives. And bye bye, bye bye.